You know what really gets under my skin? And I mean really irritates me? Several things. Like people who chew with their mouth open, wet socks, and a bunch of other stuff that I'm about to rant about for the next 10 minutes. I like to think of myself as a pretty chill person. You know, go with the flow, don't sweat the small stuff. But there are certain things, just a handful of things, that make me want to crawl out of my own skin. And I know these things are stupid. I know they shouldn't bother me this much. But they do. And today, I'm going to tell you about them because if I have to suffer through these irritations alone, then so do you. Let's start with something that haunts me every single day. Picture this. You're walking down the sidewalk, you've got places to be, you're in a rhythm, everything's flowing nicely. And then boom. The person in front of you just stops. No warning. No pulling to the side. Just full stop in the middle of the walkway like they're a car that ran out of gas. And now you have to do this awkward shuffle dance around them while they stand there completely oblivious, staring at their phone or looking at a bird or whatever. Here's the thing, I get it. Sometimes you need to stop. Sometimes you need to check your phone or tie your shoe or figure out where you're going. But here's a wild concept. Move to the side. The sidewalk is not your personal living room. Other people exist. We're all trying to get somewhere, and you just created a human traffic jam because you couldn't take 2 steps to the right. It's like when you're driving and someone just stops in the middle of the road. Except on the sidewalk, I can't honk at you. I just have to suffer in silence and give you a passive-aggressive "excuse me" that you probably won't even hear. The worst part. 9 times out of 10, they're in a group. So now it's not one person blocking the sidewalk. It's 4 people standing in a horizontal line like they're the final boss I have to defeat to continue my journey to the coffee shop. Move. The side. This one physically hurts me. You're washing your hands, right? Normal, everyday activity. Good hygiene, we love to see it. But then, oh no, your sleeve slides down just a little bit. Just enough. And now when you put your hands under the water, the sleeve gets wet. That cold, damp fabric clinging to your wrist and forearm. That sensation of wetness slowly spreading up your arm. The way it stays wet for like an hour afterward. I hate it. I hate it so much. It ruins my entire day. And it's always when you're in a hurry, too. You can't just take off your shirt and let the sleeve dry. You have places to be. So you're just walking around with a wet sleeve like some kind of medieval peasant who doesn't understand modern plumbing. The worst is when it happens with a hoodie or a sweatshirt. Because now it's not just your sleeve that's wet. It's thick wet sleeve. Heavy wet sleeve. It's like wearing a wet towel on your arm. And you know what? It's 100% my fault every single time. I know my sleeves slide down. I know this is going to happen. But do I roll them up before I wash my hands? Of course not. Because I'm an optimist. I believe that this time will be different. It never is. Wet sleeves. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend. Oh, this one. This one makes me genuinely angry. You're driving. You're following traffic laws. You're being a good citizen. And then the car in front of you just decides to turn. No signal. No warning. Just surprise. I'm turning now. And you have to slam on your brakes because apparently letting other drivers know your intentions is just too much effort for some people. Here's the thing about turn signals. They're already there. You don't have to install them. You don't have to pay extra for them. They're built into your car. All you have to do is move your finger like 2 inches and push a little stick. That's it. That's the entire effort required. But somehow, that's too much for certain people. Oh, I didn't think I needed to signal because there was nobody around. You didn't look. That's why you didn't see me. That's why you almost caused an accident. And don't even get me started on people who signal after they've already started turning. Oh, thank you so much for letting me know you're turning after you've already committed to the turn. Very helpful. Really cleared things up for me. You know what? If you don't use your turn signal, you don't deserve to drive. I said it. I'm not taking it back. Turn signals exist for a reason. Use them. It's not optional. It's not a suggestion. It's the law. And more importantly, it's basic human decency. Thank you for calling. Your call is very important to us. No, it's not. If my call was important to you, you'd let me talk to a human being instead of making me navigate this labyrinth of button presses and voice commands. Press 1 for English. Press 2 for... I pressed 1. I pressed it 3 times. I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. Could you please repeat? Yes. Customer service. Human. Person. Help. I think you said billing department. Is that correct? No. No, it's not correct. I said customer service. How did you hear billing? And then after you've been on hold for 30 minutes listening to the same 20-second loop of jazz music, they hit you with, "We're experiencing higher than normal call volume. Your estimated wait time is 47 minutes. Higher than normal? Every time I call it's higher than normal. At what point does this just become normal call volume? And here's my favorite part. After you've waited for an eternity, after you've finally gotten through the automated system, after you've explained your problem to the first person, they say, "Let me transfer you to someone who can help you with that." And then you get disconnected. Just pure rage. That's all I feel. Pure, distilled rage. Why do we accept this? Why is this normal? Why have we all collectively agreed that this is an okay way to treat people who are trying to give you money or fix a problem with your service? I just want to talk to a person. A real human person who can help me. Is that too much to ask? Apparently, yes. Yes, it is. You send a thoughtful text message. Maybe it's making plans. Maybe it's explaining something. Maybe it's just catching up. You put effort into it. You use punctuation. You're communicating like a fully formed human being. And they reply, K. Not even, okay. Not sounds good. Just, K. That single letter carries so much passive-aggressive energy. It's like they're saying, I acknowledge that you sent me words, but I couldn't care less about them. And the worst part? You can't even be mad about it because technically they did respond. They answered your question. They confirmed the plan. But it feels wrong. It's the text equivalent of someone nodding at you without making eye contact. And you know what makes it even worse? When they add a period. K. Now it's not just passive-aggressive. It's aggressive-aggressive. That period is doing so much work. It's saying, I'm annoyed, and I want you to know I'm annoyed, but I'm not going to tell you why. Just use your words. Use multiple letters. Give me something to work with here. Communication is a two-way street, and K is a dead end. So there you have it. Things that irritate me for absolutely no good reason. Are these things important? No. Do they actually matter in the grand scheme of life? Absolutely not. Will I continue to let them ruin small moments of my day? You bet. Because here's the thing about irritation. It's not logical. It's not rational. It's just this little emotion that pops up and says, "Hey, you know what? I hate this. And I'm going to make sure you think about it for the next hour." And you know what? That's okay. We're allowed to be irritated by stupid things. We're allowed to have pet peeves that make no sense. It makes us human. So drop a comment and tell me, what's your irrational irritation? What tiny, insignificant thing makes you want to scream into the void? Because I guarantee you, whatever it is, someone else feels the same way. And there's something comforting about that. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you don't hit subscribe, my wet sleeve will haunt your dreams. See you in the next one. Stay snacky.